Welcome to Coffee and Tarot with Mama T. My name is Teresa, and I am welcoming my Capricorn friends and Spirit in for a reading for the week of October 20th through the 26th. We'll start off the reading by sharing just a few details about the astrological influences that you have ahead of yourself for the week, and then we will dive into some oracle and tarot cards. The new moon in Libra is going to be happening tomorrow on the 21st, and it will be squaring a Jupiter and Pluto opposition, which will provide an opportunity for a fresh start in your relationships and how you express yourself. You may examine your partnerships and feel like decisions about their feasibility and go forward potential need to be made. And this isn't a dynamic of sudden relationship changes, more like redefining expectations, roles, and boundaries. A lot of this will be in your own mind, and it won't even be spoken out loud. But you may be finding yourself making more reasonable and balanced mental evaluations about your relationships internally. On a larger scale, this new moon may coincide with a realignment of partnerships worldwide as well. The chaos kings of the world, and we all know who they are, may find themselves with less support thanks to Libra's emphasis on harmony and balance. Less than 24 hours after the new moon, Neptune is going to retrograde back into Pisces for a while. Hidden motives may surface, but the whole story is likely to remain cloudy, murky, and mysterious for a little bit. Some of the webs of deception spun during the last 12 years may start to tangle and break apart. And this could be a rude awakening for the people who have been blindly following, sorry for the jiggling here, blindly following those cult of personalities and institutions. On the 22nd, the sun is going to enter Scorpio, and it's going to bring a domination of water energy to the skies. Jupiter is in Cancer, the sun, moon, Mars, and Mercury will all be in Scorpio, and Neptune and Saturn will be in Pisces. For those with strong water placements, so if you have a lot of water in the rest of your chart, this may feel perfectly natural to you, but if you are, if you have a lot of earth or fire in your chart, this may feel a little heavy and emotionally depleting. Deep feelings will guide our actions under this concentration of water. On the 25th, Mars is going to be opposing Uranus in Gemini. It can trigger some hasty decisions along with a desire to avoid any accountability. So watch for any kind of rash decisions surrounding or desire to make rash decisions on that date. Hopefully the flow of minor and grand trines also occurring this week will provide a calming effect and diminish any lasting impacts of any of that rash behavior. So that's what we've got going on astrologically. How about we have a look at the cards? I have already cleansed, prayed over, and shuffled the cards. I've got them laid out. Well, at least the tarot cards, I've got them laid out. Some of the oracles I do. I have gotten them ready just to try to shave a little bit of time off of these readings so that they go a little bit more quickly for you. So let me go ahead and get the camera put overhead, and then we will jump in. Before we do that, though, I do want to thank you if you're already subscribed to my channel. Really appreciate you being here. If you like this video at the end, please be sure and give it a thumbs up. And I am trying to grow my channel. I'm trying to bring in my people. People that like this kind of content are the people I'm trying to attract. So if you know of somebody who should be subscribed to this channel, feel free to share this video or my channel with them. And as soon as I get to my first 100 subscribers, I'm going to select a random subscriber from my community to give a free reading to. So help me get there. All right, we'll go ahead and get started. Hold on just a moment. All right, we have your Celtic Cross reading laid out here. Some of the oracle cards that we'll be using as guidance and support from Spirit. And then let's go ahead and draw your catalyst cards. We're going to do an animal spirit card, and you get the starfish spirit, open to infinite possibility. So this card is encouraging you to see your potential, stretch beyond what you normally would consider in a certain situation. You can bring in, there's infinite possibilities here. And just like what it says here, infinite possibilities. You have all of this potential and you can stretch yourself in any direction that you would like to go. So that is your starfish spirit, your animal spirit card. And then we have another card here. This is from the Oracle of the Hidden Worlds. And you get Skyfire, messages, channels, and information. So this is a card about receiving channeled guidance from spirit in ways that you might not be expecting it. These can be coming in messages that you see in the sky, that old practice of looking up to the clouds when you were a kid and seeing, oh, I see a dog and I see a butterfly and I see, whatever. You might be receiving some kind of messages from images that you see in the sky. You could be receiving spiritual downloads. You could be receiving messages in dreams. You could be noticing signs and symbols in other areas, that things that just spark you to see them and go, oh, that means something. Make a mental note of that. So that is spirit trying to communicate with you. All right, then let's go ahead and get into your tarot reading. I'm going to flip the cards over, and then I'll put the camera back in front, and we'll talk through everything that comes up. To start with, at the center of the reading, we have the Artisan of Winter Wands. So this is the same thing as the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is the most creative of the queens. She's action-oriented. She's energetic. She's bold. She's beautiful. She's like the divine feminine. And she is not afraid to figure things out as she goes. She wants to get going on creation, though. She wants to create something amazing, and she'll figure it out as she goes along. She doesn't need to have all of the details up front. So that is the central energy of the reading for this week. And then the energy, the crossing energy, it can be a helping or a hurting energy. You get the Ace of Pentacles, and this is definitely a helping energy. The Ace of Pentacles is a new opportunity with a financial reward. I mean, you're a Capricorn, you are an earth sign, and the Pentacles is the suit of the earth, and so it can be any kind of new opportunity in the earthly realm. This could be finances, it could be job offer, it could be something related to your health, or education, a home, really anything in the earthly realm. But it is a new opportunity being brought in by spirit. The energy you're coming from is the Six of Swords. Now, the Six of Swords is, this is going from one place to another. This is a deliberate decision to go from this shore to that shore. You are saying goodbye, or have said goodbye to something, and you're embarking on a new adventure. This happened in your recent past, and so now you're in this new adventure. You're right at the beginning of this, on the precipice of this new opportunity, this new place, this new state of mind or new state of being. And you're the Queen of Wands here. You're ready to go. You want to seize this new opportunity. You want to take action and make the most of this new place that you have found yourself. The energy you're moving into is the Hierophant. The Hierophant is a card of This can represent the government, it can represent the church, established wisdom, established institutions. And this is kind of thinking inside the box. There's not a lot of this going on right now because of the astrological influences that we're up against, especially, Neptune moving back into Pisces, for instance. We're not, really inside the box thinking right now as a society. But there is a lot of energy about that in the surrounding. Um, obviously there's some energy around that, and your choice is, do you want to be thinking that way? The Queen of Wands is energetic and bold and charismatic, and she may want to be, creating or initiating this new offer in a way that is established wisdom, but maybe that is something to be mindful of, and that you're going to have to battle against. The goal or the destiny that you have at the top of your chart is the Six of Pentacles. I love getting 2 6s here. This is, definitely signs of success. The Six of Pentacles means that this pentacle here that you received, this new opportunity, this is panning out. You are going to be abundantly rewarded, and you'll be in a position of being able to help others as well. The Six of Pentacles is a card of reciprocity. It's give and take. And if you are participating, if in any of these endeavors, you're working with other people, like your family or people at work, everybody's pulling their weight. Everybody's contributing. Everybody's bringing something to the table, and everybody else is able to benefit from it. What you don't see coming is the Ten of Wands. Now, the Ten of Wands kind of flies in the face of this Six of Pentacles. This is where everybody's pulling their weight. The Ten of Wands is where you're feeling like you're overburdened. You have too much. You're carrying too much on your own. So this may wane because this is the goal, and this is what you don't see coming. So that's something to be watching for in this towards the end of the week. Possibly be watching for any of this energy where you feel like, I have to do everything myself. This card is a warning to delegate to other people, to see that you do not have to carry all of this on your own. Everything isn't on your own back unless you want it to be. You have the choice to, communicate with these people who want to pull their own weight. You can communicate with them and delegate to them. You do not need to carry all of this on your own. Your energy, we get the King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords is he's the king of the suit of communication, of words, thoughts, and ideas. He is a master communicator. So all you have to do is communicate your needs to get out of this Ten of Wands. The energy surrounding you, we get the Ace of Cups. This is a love offer coming in. You get 2 aces in a reading is excellent. This is a sign of great opportunities and blessings coming into you. And this offer, this opportunity that the universe is blessing you with, or that you're seeing in your surrounding area, this is an energy of love, emotional support, kindness, all of those emotional ideas and feelings coming in this cup, this offer. Okay, so this card doesn't want to come up off the table. This card is your hopes and fears, and we get the Page of Pentacles. This is definitely a hope card rather than a fear card. The Page of Pentacles is an apprentice of, learning something new. The Page of Pentacles wants nothing more than to learn something new, to grow, to develop, to to become the King of Pentacles, frankly. The Page of Pentacles in the Rider-Waite deck, I'll just show you an image of that real quick here. The Page of Pentacles, I have the Pentacles, yeah, here we go. Got him back here. The Page of Pentacles is holding up his pentacle here, and he's like, how do I turn this pentacle into a lot of pentacles? He wants to grow and develop and build his expertise. And that's exactly the energy that you have here. And then the final outcome that we have for the week is the Five of Winter Swords. So now the Five of Swords, this isn't, not my super happy outcome that I was hoping for. This is a card of swords represent our words, thoughts, and ideas. And the Five of Swords represents a couple of different things. It represents winning at all costs. You can win. You definitely can win whatever it is that you put your mind to this week. But if you do it at all costs, will you have all of these teammates around you contributing, or will you be winning just because, you've carried it all and all of that? It also, and in particular in this deck, this is a card of using your own words, thoughts, and ideas to hurt yourself. You are, instead of using them to communicate clearly, you are using them to guilt yourself, should on yourself. Basically, you're using them to identify your shortcomings rather than giving yourself credit for the learning that you're doing and all of that. So be mindful of that, especially towards the end of the week. Now, let's see. We've talked through all of that. So let's go ahead. I'll put the camera in front now and we'll go through the oracles with me facing the camera. Okay, so our first oracle that we have is from the Beyond Lemuria oracle, and we get the communication co-creation. So this is exactly what we're learning about here in your outcome card, and this Master of Swords energy that you have. Be thinking about the different ways that you can communicate your needs and communicate clearly. There are ways that you obviously you need to communicate your needs clearly. You need to do some delegation in order to get things accomplished this week, and to avoid hurting yourself with your words, thoughts, and ideas. There are other ways of communicating, though, other than like the assertive, just clear communication with words. You can communicate in many other ways. You can practice by noticing the way you're coming across with your communication. You can observe like your own body language. Are the words that are coming out of your mouth, are they matching the rest of your energy? Or is your energy giving a mixed signal with your words? Also, practice like telepathy. You may not, the messages may not land, but if you are intentionally trying to communicate something with your mind, then you will also match that, whatever it is you're trying to communicate, you'll match that with your body language and your words. You can also practice with other forms of communication like poetry or painting or any other creative endeavor, which is great energy for this week considering you've got the Queen of Wands. Um, so that is, I think that fits in pretty well there. Then the Echoes of the Soul card that we get is the Weight of Worlds. And the energy of this card is, let me just pull this up here and see what these keywords are. It's the responsibility, it's introspection, your cosmic connection, and personal alignment. It's also about releasing these burdens that you're carrying. So, it's about getting aligned and connected with what the universe wants for you and your communication with the other people around you. The next oracle we have is from the Wisdom of the Raven deck, and we get tradition. This fits right in with the Hierophant card. Tradition is one of the key words for the Hierophant. And so there may be an emphasis on tradition this week. You may have some traditional plans that you have for this time of year that you're looking forward to, or maybe you are bucking tradition and you need to be thinking about how can you get out from under this weight of this tradition. Maybe it's a tradition that you feel is burdensome and you no longer want to participate in. So it can be different for everybody, but tradition is, it's definitely an energy that's coming through in your overall reading. And how you approach that is going to be up to you. Now, the card that you get for the final outcome, we get a Grace card. And it says to work with rituals, wishes, intentions, and prayers. And so this goes along with this communication co-creation. These are other ways that you can communicate. Harness the energy, gain help from the unseen and benevolent forces, clarify your needs and desires. Okay. And focus your efforts through performing a ritual, making a wish, setting an intention, or saying a prayer. These are all avenues of grace. It also goes with this card here, these different altering forms of communication and receiving messages. So your spirit is mighty. When your heart is anchored in love and goodwill, the extraordinary becomes possible. So there you have it. That is your reading for this week, Capricorn. I hope you enjoyed this reading and that you got something out of it. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. As I mentioned before, your likes, comments, or shares, those all really help the algorithm. And I am trying to get to that first 100. So I hope you will help me get there. Thank you again for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Bye now.